Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Ryan. Welcome back to Blueprints. I hope you're having an excellent day. We're here on day 184, episode 120. For what feels a little bit like a victory lap. I don't think that we're there yet. We haven't finished the race. For those of you who don't know what a victory lap is, I'm guessing people do, but if you don't know what one is, after you've won, it's not just car racing, because I know they actually do it on like track running races too. But I was gonna say, like, after you've won a car race, and the last lap is finished, you also get to take one more lap to sort of revel in your victory, and that's what this episode feels like. Even though I don't think we've actually crossed a finish line. We start off cursed, but here's the deal: in the last episode, we upgraded, found floor plan, the Throne of the Blue Prince. Next time you draft 8 blueprints in a row, permanently unlock all blue sealed doors. We've got one of those. It's downstairs. That's the goal of today's episode. That's the entire goal of the episode. I may try it on this cursed run just because I think it could be fun, honestly. Do we go draft something outside? Sure. Sure. Now, I do have to be honest with you. I am recording this episode while my daughter sleeps, while she is napping. And we all know that time is currently very... We just take blue here, right? Because blue is the one thing that doesn't hurt us with cursed. And we also happen to get a wrench and a shovel. Great. Right now, my daughter's, like, a year and a half old, so nap time is very touch and go. We should make this blue, Banner of the King. Nap time is touch and go. You never know if it's going to be 45 minutes long, an hour and a half long, 2 hours long. Sometimes it doesn't happen at all. Oh, boy. It's just another exercise in... parenting in general is sort of an exercise in this for me. I would call that 2, right? I would call that 2 because we drafted tool shed and then we drafted dining room. So we'll call that 2. Parenting is kind of an exercise in letting go. In some ways, you get more control. All of a sudden, you're responsible for a young human's life. And also, you have much less control than you'd think. In certain ways. I don't know that you came here to be talked to about parenting, but it's what's on my mind, so here we are. Laboratory is honestly cool because I'd like to set up an experiment. And I don't know that I care about the rarity of laboratory, or changing the rarity of laboratory, so I guess we'll just keep it there. Set up an experiment. So, gain 1 star is what we want, but then we have to decide what we want to make it. What we want to trigger it, a cause and an effect, what we want to cause it. Upgraded is really good, honestly. I don't know how many of my upgraded rooms are blue, though. We're not going to be drafting red rooms. This drawing room thing is nice because that can trigger a lot. But let's do draft in a run where we have used Banner of the King to be blue. That could trigger a lot. Let's do upgraded floor plan, though, and see how many... how many times we can trigger that. How many stars we could gain. So we're logged into the... So all of our moving pieces have changed, right? Obviously, in the last episode, we were hell-bent on grabbing Cursed Effigy, Blue Crown, and Royal Scepter, and building our entire run around that. We also were in the process of needing to build a power hammer, and then all of a sudden needing to build a Burning Glass. Those are both gone. I just tossed my pin on the desk. Those are both gone. So the answer to what we should special order is now fresh, and I'm not sure. So let's see. I never dislike running shoes. I never dislike metal detector. I really don't know that I need anything. So let's just go for running shoes. And see what happens. Now, we want to check special announcements. Staff announcements. Nothing. Okay. Should we remote terminal access anything? Is there a data transfer? There's not. Every time I check. What should we remote transfer? What should we remote access? Security for... I mean, security is the only two... Laboratory and security are the only two terminals that I really care about right now. And this one is just for the keycard system. So security level 2. I don't think I have it. Low? Or do I have it? I do have it. Well, we set it to low anyways, so. Oops. Okay. So, boiler room is nice. None of this matters. Our goal is just to get a bunch of blue rooms. So, I was gonna say boiler room is great if you want to try and draft laundry room, but I don't because I'm trying to draft blue rooms. I need some keys. That's about the only thing that matters to me right now. I have no keys. No key. Isn't that the name of a food? Isn't that how it's pronounced? No key? We'll take attic because it could give us a key. Probably will, right? Somewhere? Somewhere? Battery pack. 1, 2. Gem. 3 broken lever. 4 coin. 5 lockpick kit. 6 sledgehammer. I've never actually counted these before. 8 metal or 7 metal detector. And 8 treasure map. Okay. It's on the west wing. Many of these things I really don't care about. The metal detector is nice because I have no keys right now, so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we need 2 more. Potentially 3 more. I don't know if outdoor rooms count. I don't know why they wouldn't, but I don't know if they count. Take observatory. Get ourselves some stars. Apples are extra delicioso today. I should be looking for upgraded rooms. I just remembered. Duh. This is probably 8. I think we just rotate pantry to the left because pantry is upgraded, right? Was pantry upgraded or not? Pantry was not upgraded. Did it always start with 4 coins and money? Or and food? Oh no. I'm a dummy. I think you have to draft this first. I think you have to draft it first, guys. That's fine. That's fine. That's totally fine. I'm totally cool with playing that game. I think we have to draft it first, which is going to be a lot harder on a cursed run, but I don't know. Maybe we'll make it work. And if we don't, we'll just do another one right after this. Something is showing up on the metal detector, but I don't know what it is. So I think it triggers not immediately or not like between runs, like across runs, but after you draft Throne of the Blueprints, then if you draft 8 in a row, seems most likely. There's a key. Probably should have thought about that ahead of time, but I didn't, so here we are. Now, with that in mind, should I change how I am drafting stuff? I don't know. I don't know if I should change what I'm doing or how I'm doing it. Probably, but let's just draft as many blue rooms. This run is like I am kind of having my hand forced towards blue in two ways. One, oh, this is really bad actually. One, I need let's take utility closet so that I can make this room the most rare it's ever. It's already rare? Damn it. I thought that the Throne of the Blueprints was asking me to draft only blue rooms, and I thought that being cursed, the only way to escape that is by drafting blue rooms. Of course, one of those had not taken effect yet, but still, god damn it. I guess we take storeroom here. We still probably should have employed vaguely the same strategy. Now, of course, we probably would have picked a couple rooms differently if I would have thought about that ahead of time, but I didn't. So let's go ahead and go down to entrance hall and draft from the west. Just so that I know what's in that corner. So now knowing that I probably want to get what are the odds I'm going to need to combine inventory to create new items again? I don't know. Let's make it standard just in case. Knowing that I need to get, or thinking that I need to get, I guess I don't know this for a fact. Maybe the tunnel is open right now. But believing that I need to draft Throne of the Blueprints first and then do that, and then draft 8 blue rooms in a row, it would really behoove me to draft it right now. The problem is I don't have any redraw abilities. Study gives me redraw abilities, but I only have 8 gems. Let's do treasure trove, because it's never a bad day when you get to open a treasure trove box. It just never is. Okay, we're gonna leave keys. Sorry, leave coins on the off chance that, you know the strategy. Right now, I'm keeping treasure trove as basically a bank account. If I get laundry room, then I can convert my allowance into one resource and my treasure trove bank account into another. Okay, so this is treasure trove. This should be box number 46. Box 46. Save. It is blue and a moon, which means I think that it is shit, where's my green and blue is I'm unsure about. Moon boxes can be true. Oh boy. The last train has left the station. Okay, here's what I mean by green in blue equals question mark. That's literally what my notes say. This is memo 46. I'm gonna put unsure in parentheses as I save it, and then we'll learn later. So here's the problem. Apparently memo 14 is what my notes say. Nope, that's box 14. I want memo 14. Green memos in blue boxes are sometimes false. I think that that statement is false because it is red. The problem is I don't know what the false version of this is. I also don't know if I have any other green statements in blue boxes, and I guess this might be the time to check that. I would honestly... Is the opposite of that sometimes true? Is the opposite of that always true? These are the questions that a smarter person than me knows the answer to, and I do not. I'm just gonna quickly click on some on some memos to see if I can see some green memos that might or might not be inside of blue boxes. That's a white box. This is a green one inside of a blue box. So number 15 is an example of this type of... Number 15 is an example of meeting the conditions. A green note in a blue box. That's what 14 references. Memo 14 references. Well, let's do this. Let's consider the evidence. That is what we're considering. Memo 3 says the true treasure of the trove is not in the house. That I believe to be true without a doubt. Memo 15 says Finn Ares borders a poetic realm, which I also believe to be true. Now, ignoring the actual... Oh, red alert. Daughter may have woken up. Ignoring the actual contents of this note right here, the last train has left the station. Ignoring that, we want to try to come to a conclusion before we consider it. Do I have any other green memos in blue boxes that I can use as evidence one way or the other? That's a blue memo. That's definitely not a green memo in a green box. I'll just show you guys what I'm looking at. I'm just scrolling. I'm scrolling through. Green. That's green and white. Green and red. Green. That's blue. I can't. This is 15. So I think we've looked through all of them. This is green and black, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. So I'm willing to posit right now that the opposite of this... That the opposite of this is that they are always true. Until proven incorrect, I am going to assume that that is the case, meaning I am going to assume that Memo 46 is true. Now we're building a little bit of a house of cards, because if the original house, if the first layer of the house of cards ends up being, I end up being slightly incorrect about, the layers above that will also fall. But that was good. That was good. It was good intel. Good intel. Okay. Fun. I need a freaking thingy. I need the throne. We'll take Parlor, I guess. I don't really need... Oh, because Parlor is upgraded. That's right. Experiment has been successful. We've gained a star. The blue box has at least one true statement. The white box has at least one true statement. The gems are in the blue box. Okay? And then the gems are in a box with two statements. That is true. So the trick to this puzzle, in my mind, is always about the relationships between the boxes and the statements. This one is interesting because that is true means that there is a relationship between these two statements. If the gems are in a box with two statements, if that is true, then that is true becomes true, meaning it has two true statements, which satisfies the first condition over here. If the first one is false, the gems are not in a box with two statements, then this also becomes false. Let's walk that one out, because if this is false, that means that the gem would be in a box with one statement. That would mean this one is false. And this one would also be false because the blue box has to have at least one true statement. Since the blue box has to have at least one true statement, that is actually our starting spot. Both of these have to be true. The gems must be in a box with two statements. Now, that means this is false because so this is true. No, I don't know how to do this. Oh shit. Uh-oh. It has to be in one of these two, the gems. So we have to determine whether or not this one is false in order to or true to determine between the blue or the black. Sorry, if I seem distracted, it's because I need to stop recording in like 2 seconds and go parent. But I'm just keeping an eye on the baby monitor. Okay. I think what has to happen here is that this has to be true, meaning the first statement here has to be true. The second statement, if true for the second statement, that can't happen. Sorry, the second statement cannot be true because that would make all three of them completely true. So this has to be false, meaning that this one is also false, actually. That means that the gems are in the black box. Should be. Let's go. Okay. I like that one a lot. I like it a lot. Did I need those gems? No. It's especially fun to play a parlor puzzle like that directly after, you know, what happened last episode, but like it just doesn't matter in some ways, but guess what? It's still fun. And ain't that the point? It's just fun. Now, too much of a good thing is not good, because if I had to play parlor game for the next 45 minutes, I would lose my mind. But we cannot get this throne room. Now, we could... The one way to solve this problem would be to use it outside. If we were to, we don't have it right now, but if we were to get the Blessing of the Monk and use Draft Throne Room outside, that would be something, wouldn't it? Do I care about this break room puzzle right at this second? No. I'll care about it if I have to. It's kind of how I feel. Do I want to go north here? I guess. Don't really know what to do. Apples are extra delicious today. We have a lockpick kit, which is really nice. We'll use a drawing room here. Get ourselves a gem. Let's go to the east, because we could sure use a whole... Let's use aquarium and see if I can't draw laundry room to the left. Powering laundry room would be amazing. Oh, that hurt me because that took one of everything. I forgot that aquarium is every color. Okay. Can't pick this door's lock. Okay. Well, I'm out of keys, so that's a problem. This is a real problem. I'm really out of keys. Uh-oh. This run might be over. I have a break room. I always have a break room. Drafting studio here is probably... No, we should redraw. Gallery gets you some gems. We want to work towards the western file to fill in our... house. I think we rotate so that this fits north and west. You can't go north and west because you can't go through the powered door. Interesting. Well, in that case, let's do it this way. North and south. I think standard is fine. I took the wrench and then I didn't change the power of any of these. The rarity of any of these things. Okay. So. I think that was the correct button. I hope that doesn't close the door down in the tunnel. If it does, that would be a real bummer. My lockpicking skills are dog shit, apparently. Are the dig spots down here? Nope. There we go. Nothing. Interesting. I think Rotunda here is good. What is the rarity on my throne room? Standard. It's a blueprint. It does not say black print on it. It says blueprint. This is interesting. This is very interesting. We could do break room here. I think at this point we probably are kind of cooked for winning the for unlocking that door today, but we can keep trying. 6, 9 squared is 81, 60. Minus 10 is 50. Am I wrong? No, that's not. That's divided by 10. 6. Oh boy. 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. Plus 8 is 12. Times 2.5 is 30. Minus 1 is 29. Minus 18 is 29. Minus 18 is 11. Minus 1 is 10. Squared is 100. Divided by 1 is 100. Divided by 2 is 50. Divided by 2.5 is 20. Okay, and on that note, I need to take a pause and go parent. Okay, done parenting. Where were we? Listen, my memory was bad before I became a parent, but it is undoubtedly worse. We don't have a lot of keys. We just got a couple keys from break room, that's right. I don't remember if we had solved this break room. We had not. So we have some keys. We need to find throne room and then still draft another 8 blue rooms. We do have access to foundation from the underside with key cards, so that's something that could help us. But if we don't get throne room kind of like now, then we're just not going to get it. So, yikes. I think it's time to see if we can get throne room. I will not be using any stars to redraw because I am using those to I'm stockpiling those currently. Study is good here. We do need study. The problem is we also, unfortunately, do need laundry room to really make study work because I do not have enough gems. If we got laundry room, like, right now, we could get it. Oh, this is the treasure map. What if you just had 1,000,000 gems? Is this treasure map gonna save our chances at triggering the throne room of the blueprints effect this run? If it doesn't, then we'll just do it next run. But you know, I'd love to do it this run. That'd be cool. It's gems. It's literally gems. That saves it. So that's amazing. That's really huge. There's also a key right here. Let's go. Shout out metal detector. Shout out treasure map. So I think the play now is to try and draft. The throne room has left and right. I think we want to draft it right here. What are the odds we could get it? Because we haven't seen it once today, despite the fact that it's only unusual. Standard, which is even better. So I'm a little bit nervous that it's like, if we can't get it now, when are we going to get it? We're just going to have to spend gems here. And if we don't get it now, the reason I'm saying now is because if we get treasure trove, sorry, throne room right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We still need to get one extra room in there somewhere, but we basically don't have the spaces to miss anything that isn't blue, or to get a room that isn't blue, or to not to not get it right now. We basically have to get it right now. Even if we get it right now, we still may not make it happen. Was that our last one? That was our last redraw. Yikes. In which case we need to do rumpus. And then instead of getting it there, we need to get it right here. Wouldn't it be funny if after this I go down to the tunnel and the door is already open because I already drafted the room? Wouldn't that be funny? It's possible. Like if it actually counts across runs, I just sort of assumed there would be some sort of sign that you had opened all of the doors. That's it. That's everything. So, I mean, that's the run. So, that is the run. I should have tried to draft upgraded rooms still, just to see if we can trigger our experiment. But here's the plan for the rest of this run now. I'm going to try to fill in any empty spots that I haven't drafted yet with upgraded rooms, because that triggers our experiment. And then I'm going to walk outside and see if tunnel was already open, because I started today by drafting 8 blue rooms in a row. Breakfast nook is upgraded, so that counts. Experiment successful. We'll take the key as well. We need that. This is breakable with sledgehammer. We've got money that we sorely do not need. So from here, it is bottom side boiler room, and then both of the aquarium rooms. But I only have one key, so we could get this break room, but I'm really not that obsessed with the idea of chasing down. Oh, I should have used lockpick. Shit. Bedroom closet is upgraded. That's good. Excellent. Cool. That's everything. Let's go outside. Let's see if we happen to unlock this thing already. So the path is a little funky to get outside, but it is drawing room, classroom, break room. Then left through security. Then over to den. Through lab. And then out of the house. Okay. Get some dinner while we're here. Check our list. Stuffed wild quail is on the list already. Still missing like 3 dinners. Weird. Dope. Let's go see. It'd be really cool if it was unlocked. If it's not unlocked, then here's what we have to do next round. We have to get Geist bedroom key dice. Go outside to outer room. Draft shrine. Get blessing of the monk. Then call it a day. Then go in the house. And try and get the throne. And see if that works at all. Grab the filing cabinet key just in case this is open. I'm going to feel really dumb if this door is open because I did it on the first 8 doors. So this one does not stay open. Interesting. So, that's weird. Shouldn't that stay open? Oh no, did I? Wait, hold up. Is that why I didn't get a staff announcement today? It says satellite dish is permanently unlocked. Are the microchips over there, or are they? Like, the microchips generally stay where I put them. So the fact that they aren't down there is really weird, because they stayed in here when I put them in there. They stayed at satellite dish when I put them there. Did I lose my microchips? This is weird. Let's see if they're still here. Let's see if they're still here. Can't tell. Wait. This is bad? This is very bad. Uh-oh. There's my plushie, by the way. My swimbird plushie. We could check the Blackbridge Grotto. I would feel a little confused if they were here because I haven't been in here. They are here. I haven't been in here in forever. I could see their glow. Weird. Hold up. Let's go out here. Is there a I mean, assuming I'm not misremembering something, like that I sleepwalked and came over here. Let's just assume that I'm correct. Or sorry, let's assume there's a reason that they're here. Look at all those red banners over there. Why would they? God, it is beautiful. Why would the microchips be back here? Is it because they want me to come back here? Do I need to access the admin logs? Most recent post from staff announcement was about admin logs, and it said, remind me when I come back to work to create you a Blackbridge admin key. So I don't have one right now, but is there anything new in here? It's been forever since we logged in. I was going to do Randolph Moore. What are the... It's been so long since I logged in. Oh, it's because caps. It's because caps. We have more R. We have... Let's go to the very end. Is there anything new here? In preparation for... No. Nothing new there. The 3 additional are Lee B, Prov C, and Hound U. Why? I don't feel like there's something here. But the fact that they put these freaking computer chips back here is making me wonder if I'm... supposed to come back here and look at something. I think it's just the weird timing with that message from Randolph Moore about admin keys, plus the fact that I don't think the microchips have ever moved from where I put them. That is making me, like, paranoid. And in a game like this, I have to say, it would be really funny to be a developer of a game like this, because you would have to think you'd have to think so carefully about even the least important things that you do. Because any of it could be connected with red thread in some paranoid player's mind to another piece of information. My favorite example of this is that we were talking in the YouTube comments about the in Ares court where the king now lays line. After I talked about it a ton on stream, or on camera. And somebody said, well, you'd hate to use lies because it might make the player even though lies is grammatically correct, it might make the player overthink things, like provides falsehoods. And you'd be like, the king is lying to me. This is terrible news. And you're so right about that. I would overthink things. I don't know what gives here. We're going to call it a day. Probably inside of a break room so that I have an access key card and then, or key card, and then we'll just try again tomorrow because I didn't see Throne of the Blueprints at all. And I really feel like I should have. I don't know. But it's only one day, so it feels weird to draw conclusions. This game has been really, in a similar way to what I was just saying. It's funny how my break room is so far away. This game has also been a slight lesson in like statistics at times, and the way that like any deck builder type of game is a little bit a lesson in statistics, where it's like, well, anything that lets you draw from one specific subset of your cards is really, it's pretty statistically significant, you know? It feels crazy. The thesis to what I'm saying right now is it feels both really wild to me that I did not get Throne of the Blueprints despite drawing only blue rooms today and trying to redraw so that I could get it. It feels wild to me that I never even saw it when it is a standard rarity room. So, because it feels very strange to me, my mind starts trying to provide other explanations. Can you not draw it the day after you find it? Do you have to have the crown, the scepter, and the stone to find it? Do you need to? Can you not find it while you're cursed? Can you not find it while my brain starts supplying these other explanations? And of course, probably, the good money is just on the fact that I had a slightly statistically weird day where I should have seen it if you take the pure odds, but I never did. I don't know. Let's find, and the only way to tell is by continuing to play. So let's play. I'm not going to do Banner of the King. I'm going to get a Geist bedroom, and then I am going to go outside and get a shrine because I do not have any blessing right now, and seems to me like the quickest way to guarantee that the next thing you do after getting seems to me the quickest way to guarantee that you could draw 8 straight blue rooms in a row after getting Throne of the Blue Prince is to draft it outside. It's also not technically a room I have drafted outside because it is I drafted the black print of Throne Room outside. So two scientific birds with one stone. So we keep going. Let's just see what happens. We go for shrine out here. If we don't get it, it's no, you know, no big deal. We got it though. We put 78 in, which takes us down to 10 coins. Then we see if we can't find Throne Room really early. And if we can't find it really early, then we'll call it a day inside of Throne Room when we get a chance. Blessing of the Monk. I still have not gotten Blessing of the Gardener, which is something I'd like to check out at some point. I think that's what it was called. I wrote it down forever ago, but then yeah, Blessing of the Gardener. But then I started using Blessing of the Monk, like, religiously. Get it? Monk, religion. Yeah, good joke. Now, before I go anywhere, that cost me 1 footstep to come here. Let's look in the door and see if it's glowing. It is glowing. Okay. So it's going to cost me 4 total footsteps to do this. But I'm going to grab these suckers right now. It's weird to me that they sit here. Is that why I didn't get a new staff announcement yesterday? I didn't have the microchip and satellite dish. It's confusing to me if all 3 of them work to get, like, if satellite dish, Blackbridge Grotto, and that door, are they like only one of them works depending on where you put the microchips, or can you have all 3 online at the same time? I don't know. Clicked in. We kept our 2 dice from... Now, here's the question. Do I turn Banner of the King on now? Ugh. Probably. I think logically, if you were just following the, like, quote-unquote statistics of it, you would say... You would probably say yes. But I guess, speaking of a statistics lesson, it kind of depends on how Banner of the King works. Banner of the King says that blueprints are more likely to be drawn while drafting today. Here's what that doesn't say. Does that take the rarity of any rooms that are blue and bump them from whatever value they are up 1, or like more common? Or does it move all blue rooms, no matter what rarity they are, to common? Because one of those makes one, and you're like, Ryan, you're overthinking shit. You're overthinking shit. No, one of those makes Throne of the Blueprints room, way more likely to be drawn, and one of them makes it less likely to be drawn than if I were on Banner of the King. If all blue rooms are now the same rarity, I made it harder to draw that room. If all blue rooms get one more common, then I think I have a slightly higher chance because all of the other rooms, like all of the non-blue rooms are, or maybe it works some third way. That's the other insane thing, is that so many times in like a roguelike or a deck builder, the more specific the ability description is, the better a chance you have to actually make it work to your favor, because plus 8 gems is very easy to understand. Discover less common floor plans while drafting in the library is less easy to understand statistically. There is room for a dev to make some like decisions about how that gets enacted that might make it more or less likely to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. Oh boy. Okay. Now I'm wondering if I shouldn't have done Banner of the King. I really think I probably should not have, but I can't go back. So here we are. We're going to draw rooms, and we're going to draw them quick. These are all kind of terrible. We could take Crown of the... I mean, we don't really want Crown of the Blueprints in my inventory right now. All that does is get rid of red rooms and allow you to redraw, but I don't really have red rooms. That's not my problem. My problem is different. I'm not going to take the bacon and eggs because that changes your draft pool in a way that I think I understand. Give me the throne room. Give me the throne room, please. Okay, we'll take boiler and we'll leave it there until later. I really didn't imagine at the start of today that this would be the hard part of today's episode, but I thought maybe getting 8 blue rooms in a row after you had already done it would be a little difficult. I'm going to redraw here so I can go to the right, hopefully. But I did not think, depending on like if you draw throne room at the end of the day, we'll take a sledgehammer. Oh, I'm out of money. Shit. I'm so used to having so much money. I should have taken running shoes, really. So weird spot for Rotunda, but it could work. It's better than the other two. We'll do it. Security. We'll do break room. And we need the keys, so I guess we're going to be doing some math today. 2 times 2 is 4 times 10 is 40. Divided by 20 is 2. 5 divided by 5 is 1. Divided by 5 is 1/5. Times 10 is 2. Times 10 is 20. Dang it. Okay, so I think it is actually... one-fifth times 20. Is that correct? 1/5 times 20 would be 4. Yeah. Okay. It's the small differences that really make or break your break room puzzles. Make or break room your break room puzzles? I don't know. All right, security. I have a lab access, a key card. Let's go ahead and set up an experiment. That's fine. We will make security level high. If I go through an entire run and I don't get that freaking thing again, I'm going to be upset. You know one thing I'm really curious about? It's on my list too. I am really curious about what the garage memo means. Specifically, that means what does SWNSNG, what is that a acronym for? Check staff announcements. And we didn't get anything. I'm really starting to think maybe I turned satellite dish off. Which is another reason that I would really love to get this throne room unlocked so that I don't have to keep stealing Randolph's ability to message me. I'd love to hear from Randolph some more. All right. Let's set up an experiment. Please give me stars. Please give me stars. Gain 1 star. I already took drawing room, so that one's dead. Whenever you draft a shop is decent but hard to come by this time. Trash while digging is also not great. I don't think I have a shovel either. Let's do shop. We're early enough in the day that all I have is commissary, I think. I have commissary, that's it. So, give me the throne room. Give me the throne room. I don't want any 3 of these, honestly, in this angle. But this is fine, and this is fine. I should have drawn it from the other side because of Rotunda's ability. I'm dumb. That was dumb. Music room's fine. Takes 2 gems to give me 2 keys, which is not terrible, not amazing. I need keys, unfortunately, but what a weird feeling. Right now I feel as if I have, like, triumphed over this game. And the game is like, ha, that's funny. And the game is right. The game is not... the game is right. I'm broke on keys and gems. The gems are in a box with the longest word. Longest is the longest word on a box. The gems are in a box with the shortest word. Which is funny because shortest is a longer word than longest. There are words on the box with the gems. This box does not contain the gems. Okay. So, I love this. At the minute I saw shortest, I was like, I see what you've done here. You are trying to fuck me up. And it's going to work. It's going to work. The longest box out of all of these is... Sorry, the longest word is shortest. Who's on first? With 8 letters. Longest has 7. The nice one about this one is that one of the statements is true. We didn't talk about this in the last run, but I assume that both statements have to be true for it to be true, and only one of them has to be false for it to be false, because being half true does not make you a true. True is like harder to verify. Being half true does not make you true. It makes you false. Being half false makes you fully false. Yeah? Oh, I love logic. Oh, God. Okay. The gems are in a box with the shortest word. A is the shortest word on a box. So the second part of that is true. So on the second statements of each of these boxes, second statement here is... Sorry, first statement is true. Second statement, unknown. Second statement is true. First statement, unknown. Second statement is false. First statement is unknown. The gems are in a box with the longest word. Now, here's the question. If the second statement is false on this box, is the first one necessarily false? I already don't remember the last puzzle. Is that what I learned? If a gem... When you say the gems are in a box with the longest word, do you mean that it has the word longest printed on it, or do you mean that it has the word shortest printed on it? God damn it. I think the starting place here is this. Both of these could be true because they have one statement that is true. This one, I think, has to be false because longest is not the longest word on a box. The next question is this statement, the upper statement, also false? I think it probably has to be. I think if a box is false, they both have to be false. But I don't know that for a fact. Whereas I do know if a box is true, they both have to be true because that just some part of my brain sparks at that idea, right? So we're going to assume that the gems are not in a box with the longest word. That would mean that the gems are in that means that the gems are not in this one because this one does not say A. This one does. Shit, no, I did that backwards. That means the gems are not in this box because this box says shortest, which is the longest word. My head fucking hurts. So if the gems aren't in this one, then I think I just solved it, but I have no idea how to talk through it. I think they're in blue, and I'll tell you why. I could be wrong. They're either in blue or black, I'm pretty sure. I think they're blue. This one could be true. This one could be true. This one has to be false. If this one has to be false, then the gems are not in a box that says shortest on it. That means the gems are not in white. If the gems are not in white, then the first statement has to be false, which means that the second statement is still true, but I think this box is false. That would mean this box, I think, is true in both statements because this one is false true and this one is false false. I think that means that the statement that is relevant, this box does not contain the gems, but the gems are in. Oh shit! False true? No, hold up. Oh boy. What did I say 20 minutes ago about not wanting to do too much of these? This box says A and does not say shortest. So it could be the gems are in an A box with the shortest word. This could be true. So this could be true, actually. True, right? This is false. This could be true. There are words on the box. This box does not contain the gem. If true, I think okay. New hypothesis. I think both statements on a box are either false or true. They cannot be some mixture. I think that is the building block I questioned and unreasonably doubted. That means that this is true. The box has to have the word A on it. This is true, meaning they're not in here. We already determined they are not in here because of this being false. I think it's here. Thank God. I don't know how much more of that I could have done. Thank God. I think study is kind of the key to this run eventually having legs, but we have to get so many more gems before that happens. So let's take study and grab the gem and the apple, and we'll run out of here and get all the way over to the start and the west file. My brain hurts. Does yours? shit. I already stepped out of the thing, but I am going to draft here real quick because that will remind me that I should draft from this spot and not from the other one because this one will let you rotate it. This is what we needed to learn earlier with Rotunda. Silver key could give us throne room. The fuck? It did not, and it gave us 3 red rooms. Redraw? We should redraw this at least once. What's happening? Silver key has multiple exits. So the reason I'm spending gems here is because I believe this gives me, this specific set of drafting gives me a really good, a pretty good chance at getting throne room because blue is more likely, and any room that does not have multiple exits, I think is the way that silver key works. So 3 or more is out of the draft pool. Throne room has 3. So all of your pantries, break rooms, storerooms, attics, a million rooms are out of the draft pool. I don't know what number I should go to here, but it's probably not almost any more than this. I'm going to do one more. Why is it not showing up? I'm doing something wrong. I must have done something wrong. I must have broken my game. I can't get throne of the blue thingy to open up. To appear on screen. Where the hell are you? Throne of the blueprints, where are you? We're getting so many red rooms before we get... That's so weird to me. Why is that happening? Isn't that weird? Feels very weird. Well, I may have just tanked my run just for the chance to see if I could get it there, but... Maybe I won't do Banner of the King next time. I don't know what to do here, honestly. This was the last thing I expected, was for it to be difficult for me to draft this room. Standard, I've drafted it 28 times, that looks like. I can't draft, I mean, I've drafted it once because it wasn't blue. I've technically never drafted it because I've never drafted it as a blue room. I drafted it as a black room and then I got it from there, but what is going on? Do I have to have the... Do I have to have this? Feels like a weird rule, if that's the case. But I'm going to grab it just in case. Watch me get it right away. We're broke. We have no gems, no dice. 2 keys, almost no coins. We will just keep going and see what happens, but I don't have any gems for this. Shit. Have to take Dovecoat there. That sucks. I don't really want to do math right now if this run is cooked. This gets us a couple gems and a key, which is probably for the best. I don't want to add stuff to the draft pool with pool. The draft... Is that why it's called that? Wait a second. Is that why it's called that? The pool. It's today's draft pool. That had never occurred to me before this moment. Huh. Okay, I guess we're going to do some math. 10, 7 squared is... 7 squared is... Why is my brain breaking? 8 squared is 64. 7 squared is 49. Then flipped is 94. 100 divided by 5, so 20. 13 minus 4 is 9. Minus 8 is 1. Times 81 is 81. I think you ignore this one. 81 flipped is 18. Plus 4 is 22. Minus 13 is 9. Plus 8 is 17. 17 times 3 is, I think, what that's asking. Oh, I didn't round last time. Shit. Oh, dang it. I forgot about the rounding. I don't even know if I did the middle of that at all. 17 times 3 is 51. 50 rounded to 5. I doubt that's right, because I think I skipped some steps. Yeah. So, what was the first one? First one was 20. Second one was 13 becomes 9 becomes 1 becomes 81. Flipped is 18. Rounded to the nearest is 20. Flipped is 2, I think. So 2 plus 8 is 10 plus 4 is 14 minus 13 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. Rounded to 10 is flipped is 1. I fucked up. I don't remember how that works. Oh, boy. Someday I'm going to stop playing this game, and all of the information about how you do the rounding is going to leave my brain. You round to the tens. Round to 1, round to tens. So it is... Start again. We'll start again. 13 minus 4, 9. Minus 8, 1. That part I feel real solid on. So we're at 1 after that many steps. Then you times it by... You don't do this, is how I read this. You don't do this thing at all. Times it by 18. But you flip the number first. I think this means you flip the thing first. No? I can't remember. 1 times 18 then flipped is 81. 1 times 81 then flipped is still... It's 81 regardless. 1 times... So it's 81. 81 rounded is 80. Flipped is 8. Did I get... Is that a different number than I got last time? I think it is. Oh, my brain. Plus 8 is 16. Plus 4 is 20. Minus 13 is 7. 7 times 3 is 21. Flipped. Sorry, rounded to 20. Flipped to 2. I missed the step. I missed a step last time. Okay, I know what I did wrong the time before. I missed a step. I just completely skipped a step. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. 33 footsteps. So at this point, our goal is to go draft out of Boiler Room, I think, and I might go to Foundation first, because if I do, outside to Foundation, draft here, because if I do, I can come back and eat food from Dining Room later. It's a weird call, but I think it's the way to make it so that I have footsteps. I'm really bummed we haven't found this thing yet. I want to know what is behind this freaking door. It's like all I want to know. I love this game. Don't get me wrong. But I would rather know what's behind the door than play some runs that don't end up teaching me anything. I love playing rounds of this game. I'd rather know what's behind the door. I'm just going to keep hitting the button. Okay. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. That's the dining room doorbell. Then from here, I think we want to go that way first. This is the dead end side of things. I don't know if we can actually draft throne room here. I don't know that I've ever gotten it on the edge like this. These are 3 bad rooms, to be honest with you. But if I redraw, what are the chances I go broke? High, right? Observatory is not bad. I'm now broke on gems. This is so bad. This is so cooked. Everything's on sale. Great. I don't think you can do secret garden key there, right? Doesn't fit. Regular lock. I don't have steps. I don't have gems for those. Dang it. Okay. Well, this can have gems in it. Got a die. Gems. Hey, Jim. That's not nothing. That's not nothing. Now, do I go over there before I go back down and around? Sure. I feel like the biggest mistake I made today was selecting Banner of the King. You know? We're going to remove it because this gets us a gem and redraw. Where the fuck is that room? Ballroom gives me a couple more gems, which would be really nice. I use 2. I get 2. It's just weird. It's very weird. I kept the microchips in my inventory instead of putting them in the tunnel. I don't know that that's smart. Because what if I run out of footsteps now? I don't know, dude. I'm just trying to keep this run alive a little bit, and it's not going great. Good dog. Oh, I probably should have done Secret Garden there. Shit. Yeah, I should have. This gets me 1 gem back. This gets me 3 keys. But I need more spaces. I need to fill in like every space if I'm going to have an opportunity to make this work. That's all right. We're just gonna do our best and see what happens. We just can't, you just literally can't do anything other than that. I can't control what the RNG part of this game gives me. I can just control the approach. None of those will work. Secret Garden key probably won't work, right? Yeah, it's along the edge. Okay. Well, we're out of gems, out of keys, out of chances, out of hope. Weird. I also just, it's like I said, I think it's possible that the, I'm not getting messages from the satellite dish because I took the gems, I took the microchips out. So now I'm wondering if I should go put them back in the satellite dish so I can start getting messages from my friends. All right, let's just go outside. We'll go eat some lunch, draft a couple more times, see if this run somehow randomly gets legs. We got our gyms back from going through ballrooms. So that's good. I forgot about that already. This is the blueprints I remember playing. This is the blueprints I'm familiar with, which is... do I go put the gems back? I don't think it... The chips? I feel like I maybe need to put the chips back. I'm a little bit worried that if I don't... I know that if the chips are in here at the end of a run, they will go to Blackbridge Grotto. I don't know what happens if they're in my inventory. Makes me a little nervous to try. Gotta grab the filing cabinet key. You just have to. Okay. Put those there. Yeehaw. Good door. Yep. Great. God, it looks so cool. I just wish I could go through it. We'll have like 10 steps or less by the time we get to dining room. Yeah, less. But at least we'll have some footsteps. Once we go through, once we eat something. I think, okay, here's one last thought on the statistics of this game. I would guess, based on how these runs have gone, that I am not bumping up the rarity of every blue room by 1 up in terms of making it more common or, yeah, more likely to be drawn. I think I am evenly making them all blue. Making them all, like, common or standard or something. Probably common. Because I've seen so many rooms that I would not have necessarily, you know, imagined I would draw otherwise. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. Don't really want to know because it's a blind playthrough. But that's just what's going through my brain. I'm just trying to be honest with you. I'll find out eventually when we're done with this game. At this point, I have to eat the bacon and eggs too because I need the footsteps. We have boiler room. We can take these doors. Yikes, brother. Mechanarium's got 2 doors, 3 doors, which isn't amazing, but is enough and doesn't cost me any gems, right? Workshop as well. Workshop, boiler, mechanarium, security. So that should be fine. Ooh, they did not go where I thought they would. Oh, because you couldn't go here. I understand. Because you couldn't go there. You went here. Okay. This room still stresses me out. Can you tell? Sure, we can pull that. Dang. I'm bummed. I think we're going to get a run where we're just not going to be able to... Wait, hold up. Secret Garden Key could go here. We're just going to get a run where I don't think we're going to be able to accomplish what we wanted to. And I was so confident we could. I don't need to open anything else. We can go up here. Assuming it's not locked. It isn't. We got to redraw. None of those are good. Gallery lets us... It gives us gems, which is about the most you can say for it. West Wing Hall gives us junctions, which is great. and doesn't cost us a goddamn thing, which is even better. Give me a hallway of some sort. Oh no, it's gonna give me secret tunnel, isn't it? Okay, thank God. I don't really want either of those. Let's do this. This gives us an extra gem. Let me do it again. Great Hall can't be drawn here. Secret tunnel could be, but it doesn't work. We'll just do corridor. It's a dumb. It's not worth it, but it's fucked. Well. Jeez, they're so bad. I'll redraw here. We don't even have enough spaces at this point. I just realized we don't even have enough spaces to get the we do have Blessing of the Monk though. So the goal is changed. I should have realized this a couple drafts ago. The goal has changed from getting the throne room so that we can win, so that we can, you know, open the door, to the goal now is actually just to either trigger our experiment or get Blessing of the Monk throne room so that I can get it next time. So 7 gems to redraw things, and we're gonna need them because none of those are good. Drafting studio technically works. We redraw this. Spare green room technically works. We need a key if we're gonna get this hole right here. We need 2 keys, actually, for 2 things. I don't think attic is smart, though, because it's a dead end. Throne room, I think, also most likely has to be drawn in one of the... I think because it has 3 doors, and because I tried to rotate it once and it wouldn't rotate, I think it probably has to be drawn somewhere in the middle here. I don't know if it rotates. I don't know. It's confusing. Half your footsteps is a decent price to pay for the ability to... Who knows if they're unlocked, though. This would be unlocked for free, but... Oh, brother. Oh, brother. They're keycard doors. This is good. Nope. To remove this from the drafting pool. God damn it. Nope. I just can't draw it. Which means I'm starting to be like conspiracy theory brain, you know? Like, if I can't find the room that I just unlocked, what am I doing wrong that I can't find it, you know? There's got to be something. It has no cost. I know that for a fact because I have removed the cost. I've axed it. So we can use all of our gems, but I'm not even going to go in there. What's in there? What a run. What a run. This has been so interesting. And by interesting, I mean, in a way, disappointing. In a way, disappointing for sure. I am so confused why I can't find what I'm trying to find. I have a gem, but it won't let me redraw, which is a little funny. I don't know why. You lost your crown? Uh-oh. Well, shit. Okay, well. Oh, what a run. Dang. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed. I don't know. I don't know what I've done wrong. But that's a question for future me and for me to ponder. And I need to find a room to call it. Oh no, I walked back into the room. I need to find a room to call it a day inside of. Which, I don't really know what to do about that. So I think what we should probably do here is just pick something weird because I didn't get the room that I wanted. So, what's something I've not... I don't think I have ever called it a day inside of Rotunda. So we're going to try that and just see what happens. This should be outside tomorrow if we want it to be. Sorry, guys. They can't all be bangers. We went from the most banger Blueprints episode to one where... Noteworthy Hunting Lodge of Tomorrow. Interesting. One where I struggled to come up with the right room. But I had fun. I hope you did too. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in another episode very soon. Until then, thanks for hanging out. Bye-bye.